Edathanattukara. Edathanattukara or Kottappalla is a town in Palakkad district, Kerala, India. Geography. Edathanattukara is situated in Alanallur Panchayat, Manarkad Taluk. The total area of the village is about 30 square kilometers 12 sq mi. The river Vellore flows through the southeastern boundary of Edathanattukara. Etymology. There are differences of opinion about the origin of the village name. The Edathanattukara is derived from the word kara. The ancient people had witnessed that it got the name because it is situated in between northern mountain. It is said that there were gooseberry hills in the place. So it has also an old name Nellakirsi. In the middle of Edathanattukara, we can see a canoe known as Kodiyam Kanu. It is also not connected with the old name Nellakirsi. According to the ancient people, there were a large number of Adiyan and Adiyankanu Kodiyam Kanu. So the old name Nellakirsi is not relevant. History. Edathanattukara was a strong Hindu-oriented society. Kshatriya families ruled entire Edathanattukara peacefully with Chaturvarnya system. Later some families shifted to Ottapalam on the other bank of Bharathapuja and made their own social setup there. Put the name Nellakirsi as their new village. Now also village has families named Nellakirsi as their family clan name is living in the village. C.N. Ahmad Mulevi lived in Edathanattukara and he contributed many ideas to spread Islamist development of Edathanattukara to today's culture. The name of Edathanattukara reveals that a long history existed here, that is Kottappalla and Kottappalla are pointed to Fort Kotta. During a recent excavation for a house foundation, there a hole was discovered large enough to house 25 persons at a time. Nearby a room was also discovered. Moreover, many potteries had also seen there. At the surroundings of Nalakandam school we can see many square wells. According to ancient people, it was once a marketplace. In this market the people can get fresh spinach from Konganadu, a place belongs to Tamil Nadu. In Edathanattukara, we can see a place Kodiyamkanu. It was connected with Adiyans. The Pilays and Panas were changed their figures as animals. They disturbed many people who had enemy with them. So the name Kodiyamkanu is derived from the old name Adiyankanu. Edathanattukara was a Valuvanadan taluk of Malabar district, which was under the Malabar Presidency. Before British rule, villages were known as Amsams. Before 1896, this place was under Arakaparambu Amsam. The major portion of western Edathanattukara was under the Ajaraji Iram Naja Kavalakam of Meletar. The Zamindars of this area had given Karam to Alankulam Mana. Rice was decided as Karam. After many years the plots of this area were undertaken by many people. Economy. An agriculture village, Edathanattukara is very famous. There were no bare land in this area. Paddy is the main crop of this village. The fame and prestige of the landlords of Edathanattukara is considered by the quantity of paddy and heap of hay. Although pepper, ginger, turmeric, etc. were cultivated, paddy was the main item of cultivation in olden time. But now rubber, areca nut, tapioca and coconut, etc. occupy the place of paddy field. In olden times excess agricultural resources were sold on Mondays and Thursdays in the marketplace held respectively at Unneel and Alanallur. Important sources of income of the people who lived in this area were agriculture. The seeds of paddy used in this area were Aryan Kumpalam, Thekinchira, Chitani, and Anapti. In the availability of water agriculture fields were divided into four: Pelial, Irapuval, Panchapadam and Karinkara. Just like that cultivation also divided. In the months of Kani and Makaram, the paddy that cultivated was Mundakam. Virip was another form of cultivation in the month of Karkidakam and Kani. The crop in the month of Makaram was known as Pancha. Cultivation was started in the rainy season. It was dependent upon rain. The small streams were used for watering the agricultural fields. They watered their agricultural lands with the materials made from palm leaves and wood. The farmers depend on the rivers Velyar, Mundathadu and Pilyanthadu for irrigation. The farmers were made bunds in this water sources for different uses. Now these bunds were not existed. The waterfalls of Velachattapara in Pilyanthadu is one of the outstanding features of the natural beauty of Edathanattukara. If the government will make arrangements, the waterfall is enough for power supply to this small village. It is an attractive place for the tourists in different parts. Major portion of cultivated lands were under landlords Janmis. Zamindars divided the lands among mesvaires. The Kudian were controlled by mesvaires. The patam system compelled peasants to cultivate rice in 1930. Anapatam and anapatam existed in this village. Moreover, rice was the main patam prevailed in these days. In the month of Cani 60% patam, and in Thelem 40% patam, was levied upon the peasants. Kataparas were known as Madrapara. At that time the working time was from 6 am to 6 p.m. The wages for men was 3 nariam rice, and for women was 2 nariam rice. But nowadays working time of peasants is from 8 am to 5 p.m. In 1940, the beginning of NSS was a remarkable development in the field of agriculture. Nayar Service Society was started rubber plantation in 100-acre. Ravani Palad and Janmi contributed this plot. It was also a turning point in the field of labor movement in this small village. Nowadays, rubber is the major agricultural item in Edathanattukara. Coconut got an important place in 1960. After the formation of Akia Kerala movement, a large number of people settled in this village. The settlers were agriculturists and educationalists. They were settled in Pempara, Apukulam, and Kottappalla. Kottappalla Varki was the first person who settled in Edathanattukara. But now many people were working under state and central government departments. A large number of graduates and postgraduates live in this village. Education. There are many educational institutions in this small village. The oldest educational institution was Malabar Board School GLPS Edathanattukara, Luchikal. Shangara Puthanvital and Nitharakan established first Hindu school with help of PT. It was established in 1911. Now it is working in the new building by Govt. Deepak Palakkad. AMP School Vetamanapuram is the next. AMP School Edathanattukara West Tamups Edathanattukara is the next educational institution. It is started in 1930 as a single room under the management of Ampikatu, Ayamumala in Kairatakulam. After that it was shifted to Pukadancheri. There is a center in Edathanattukara for giving protection and education to orphans established in 1949. The Social Welfare Department of Kerala provides assistance to this institution. OPS PKH MOOPS Edathanattukara was established in 1954 through the work of Parakattal Kanhai Mamu Haji and Sons. Later, Hamza Haji gave this building and plot to the orphanage. Thus, under orphanage, 2 UP schools are functioning now. 2,000 students study in these 2 institutions. There are 300 inmates now in Edathanattukara orphanage. There is an institution in Edathanattukara that is educationally attractive, Govt Oriental Higher Secondary School. It is one of the 3 Oriental schools in Kerala. In the remote area of Edathanattukara, there is an upper primary school at Chalava. An important institution for English education in Edathanattukara is MESKTM English Medium Higher Secondary School at Vatamanapuram. Another one is Universal English Medium School at Kodiyankanu. These 2 institutions are very useful for the people of this small village. There are 2 institutions in Edathanattukara which giving importance for Arabic education. They are Miskathal Ulum Arabic College and Sarafal Musliman Arabic College. It is useful for higher education in Arabic. There is a technical vocational institution also situated in this village, Kapungal Sedalevi Haji Memorial ITC. A well-known advanced library is in Edathanattukara. CN Ahmed Moulavi Memorial Library and Center for Advanced Studies with thousands of books. Formation of this library is the work of CN Ahmed Moulavi. There is a Christian up school at Upukulam named St. Thomas. There are two schools in the remote area of Edathanattukara. They are GLP School at Chandatukanu and ALP School at Mundakanu. Culture. Edathanattukara has a pleasant cultural heritage where Hindus, Muslims, and Christians live together. The best example for religious harmony is the Karamanapan Kavu Thelapalli. This festival had become a regional festival of all people in Edathanattukara. Many great personalities have contributed to the cultural development of Edathanattukara. Some of them are Muslim scholars, such as Ishaq Master, who first translated the Bhagavad Gita to Malayalam. Sienna-Hamed Mulavi, who first translated the Quran to Malayalam. Edathanattukara is a center of teaching religious harmony. The educated people taught others about Krishna and Mohammed by oral method. They also taught Manipravalam slogans and the Quran. At the time of the Malabar Rebellion in 1921, the people of this area kept aloof from rebellion. They were afraid and took their belongings to the hills of Uppukulam and took shelter there. Their wealth was kept in the head of palm trees and undergrounds. The old art forms of Hindus like Thulal, Atu, etc., are conducting now in the remote areas of Edathanattukara. In the words of KV Kanhapa Mulavi, historically important meeting of Aikya Sangha was held at Edathanattukara. It was about 6 decades ago. Many important personalities attend this historical meeting. But the speech of progressive movement in Edathanattukara was conducted by Parapur Abdurrahman Mulavi. Many people from different parts were gathered to listen his speech. Until the 15th century, Muslims were centralized only in Malappuram area. The arrival of the Portuguese and the destruction of their trade monopoly was the reason for Muslims to seek a new place for their livelihood. So the Muslim community became a major portion and started disturbing other communities of remote area in this village. A Kala Samithi was formed in 1959-60 at Edathanattukara for giving leadership for arts and cultural activities. The building functions in the place of a Putharakan. Under the Kala Samithi is a good library, one of the famous Juma Masjid of many jihadis and ISIS recruiters in Edathanattukara Pukadanchari, Juma Masjid. Most of the terrorist supporters are from this village. They are acting as secularists, but they pure terrorists in their mind. Health. Edathanattukara is not backward in the case of relief centers. The first among them is MES Hospital. It is established in 1960. Many people depended upon this for many diseases. The ancient people of Edathanattukara used old systems of medicine. They depended upon Ayurvedic medicines only. The first Natu Vaidyan in Edathanattukara were Velankunjan Velyanchari, Pulamana Hamid Malakiratakulam, Manan Kurajan Chalava, Moideen Kutty Kaka Kottappalla, Kitu Vaidyan Alanalur, and Mohammed Malla Alanalur, who were contributed much in the field of medicine at that time. Politics, politics, politics. Edathanattukara is a part of Alanalur Panchayat and Manarkad Legislative Assembly constituency. It's a part of Palakkad Parliament constituency. There are 23 Grama Panchayat wards here. Indian National Congress, Muslim League, and CPIM are the main political parties here. Transportion. Direct buses are available to Kozhikode, Palakkad, Haranthalana, Manjari, Manarkad. Nearest railway station is Melator 13 km from Edathanattukara. Nearest airport is Calicut International Airport, 61 km from Edathanattukara. Landmarks. Sharaful Musliman Arabic College Thadiyamparambu, Masjid al-Mujahideen, Pukadanchari, Edathanattukara Yathim Kana Orphanage, Tamups Edathanattukara, PKH Moops Edathanattukara Nalukandam, Masjid Hulhudha, Kairatakulam, Kalakadavu Bridge, Kalamadam Juma Masjid, Puvathingal Bhagavathi Temple, Darul Quran Kottappalla, Salafi Center Kottappalla, Shafankershi Temple, Salafi Masjid Mundakanu, Darussalam Juma Masjid, Sri Karumanapan Kavu Temple, Edathanattukara Pain and Palliative Care Office, Wisdom Educational Complex Darul Quran, Kottappalla, Patharamana Shiva Temple. Villages and suburbs. Kottappalla, Edathanattukara, Moscow, Pukadancheri, Kanankundu and Palakkad, Milapeta and Karamilampati, Anil and Palakkadovu Bridge, Thadiyamparambu and Moscow Corner, Kairakakulam and Kargil, Nelukandam and Irangatu Kanu, Kodian Kanu and Muchakal, Vatamanapuram, Chalava, Muneti, Kanpara, Mundakanu, Ulu, Pilakola, Palakkadovu, Thadiyamparambu, references, equals,